I love this from the Oklahoma City Thunder. I'm talking championship level consistency through the first 19 games of the season on both offense and defensive side of the ball. We've won 18 of our first 19 games, only the 5th team in NBA history to accomplish that, doing all of this without number 2 option JDub, and tonight just did it again versus a quality opponent in Anthony Edwards and the Minnesota Timberwolves, the Western Conference runner-ups against us last season. This team looks dominant, primed to repeat as champions, and they are doing it night in, night out, which is what we're going to talk about here today, and how it happened in this game, displayed to get us that gritty win, how it's been displayed all season to get us off to this on-fire start. But before we get into that, 68% of you guys watching are not subscribed to the channel. Guys, Thunder won a franchise record 68 games last year, first championship in franchise history, but we are primed to do even better than that so far this year. Me and Ryan, we just want to keep you guys up to date with all things Thunder basketball, all in one place, working hard to get up daily uploads for you guys to stay up to date. So make sure you sub up so you can do that, and we're trying to hit 8K by All-Star break, so help us with that as well. Without any further ado, we just saw the Thunder dismantle the Timberwolves 113-105 to move to 18-1 on the season. I mean, 3-0 in NBA Cup play. Yay, awesome. Court looked cool. That was the good bonus of that. But nonetheless, this team is on a historic start to the season and just beat a good quality opponent, Anthony Edwards, the Minnesota Timberwolves, a team that has been for the last few years a 50-win team and a respected NBA squad. We dismantled them in crunch time for our 18th win to open up this season. How did we do it? We're going to break it down by talking about the 2 stars in their performance. Anthony Edwards had 31 points, very significant that we're going to talk about. SGA, 40 points on 12 of 19, 15 out of 17 from the line. 2 tales of the cities that we're going to talk about, but we're going to start with their guy, Anthony Edwards, to display the defensive dominance that this team has been showing throughout this entire season. So Anthony Edwards, we saw he had 31 points, right? This was the shot that he got 30 points on. This was a 3-pointer over Isaiah Hartenstein. Great contest, Isaiah Hartenstein. Better offense. That's what you say when a guy hits a shot like this, because that was what Anthony Edwards did right here, and he got to the 30-point threshold. Why is that so important? Because, well, this is actually one of the best offensive performances that OKC has gotten against them in over half of a season's worth of games. When we take a look at this, the Oklahoma City Thunder's record-setting 31-game streak without allowing an opposing player to score 30 or more points took place during last season, right? The streak ended at the beginning of this season in the second game of the season against the Indiana Pacers when Benedict Mathurin had 32 points before overtime. The second game of the season, that game did go into double overtime, and he was the only player to be able to achieve 30 points in regulation against us. And then after that, we go 14 more games in a row without allowing 30 before this game right here. So 2 of the last 47 games for the Oklahoma City Thunder, no player on the other team has dropped 30. In a league where scoring is inflated year by year, where there's more guys averaging 30 year by year, this defensive consistency from this team cannot be overstated enough. And yeah, Anthony Edwards did break that threshold tonight, and that props to him for doing so. But this defensive consistency from this team, a guy like Julius Randle, a guy who averaging 25 this year, he was held at 10 points on 2 of 13 shooting in 33 minutes. So when you're taking a look at how teams come in against the Oklahoma City Thunder, we are consistently able to neutralize these guys in their ability to score. Anthony Edwards didn't even get to the 50% field goal mark for this game. Yeah, he had a good game, but when you're taking a look at absolutely being able to attack and neutralize our defense, no one has been able to do that consistently for half a season's worth of games. And this is insane to think about, especially considering Benedict Mathurin also shot 9 for 19 against us whenever he scored his 30 points. So this is just eye-opening defensive consistency from the Oklahoma City Thunder, and especially when you take a look at what Anthony Edwards did in over half of the games in last year's Western Conference Finals. I'm talking 18 points in Game 1, 5 of 13, loss to set the tone for the series. Game 4, whenever it's 2-1 series, leading to OKC, a pivotal game right here. You see Anthony Edwards, 16 points, 5 of 13, again, 1 3-pointer, and again takes an out. Game 5, the closeout game, still nowhere to be found. He still can't get any penetration in the lane. He's taking one dribble, picking the ball up. I remember watching this, and he looked like he did not know how to attack the defense. 19 points, 7 out of 18 field goals. Once again goes 1 for 7 from the 3 and loses that series. That was the final game he played last year. So yes, he played much, much better tonight. Props to him. He also had, I think, 8 and 4 to go along with that. And this guy was impactful. He did have a -8 rating, though, however, so his team as a total lost the minutes he was on the floor just to the same pace as they lost the game. But nonetheless, This is one of the best performances OKC has gotten against them in the last half of the season. I cannot stress that enough. That is insane for how consistently this team has been able to neutralize star scoring players. Moving on to the other side of the ball, SGA goes for 40 on 12 of 19 with 6 rebounds and 6 assists. I want to point out how much better his playmaking has been this year. He is passing with a purpose, with an intent, and is really opening up the offense. But then you see him drop 40 on 19 shots, averaging over 2 points per field goal attempt. He gets to the line 17 times, hits 15 of those. This guy is a machine, the absolute embodiment of consistency SGA is. Because when you take a look at a couple other things with this guy, we're seeing 160, now make that 167 straight 10-point games out of SGA, and that's not even including our guy JDub, who has the streak of 69 straight 10-point games, and he has, once again, not even played a lick of basketball this season, and OKC has still found a way to become the 5th team all-time to start with 18 wins through first 19 games. This is just an insane display of basketball as a unit from the team, from individuals such as SGA. We're seeing, once again, that consistency in scoring the basketball. He's at, I believe, 69 games now with 20 points straight. This guy will be an offensive engine in any game he enters, and especially so tonight. Adding in the playmaking that he's becoming better at year after year, and this guy is just going to keep getting better, keep projecting points on the board for OKC. And when you take a look at how he's been doing this. He got to OKC in 2020. And then he just has been going up from there. 19 points a game, 24 points a game, 24.5 points a game, 31.5 points a game. Takes that step into superstardom, skyrockets the first time he shoots field goal percentage over 50, averaging over 30, and he has done that every year since. The 4th year now we're in where he is doing that, now averaging 32, shooting 54% from the field. This guy is blistering hot, shooting 41% from the 3. This guy is doing everything you want, averaging a career high in assists at 6.6. He is passing better than ever. This team is the embodiment of consistency, and right at the top of the chain, SGA is the embodiment of it as a player. This team is set to be great without even having JDub. When he comes back and he's able to provide that bedrock as well, we saw him balling out with a wrist that was fractured and needed surgery in the playoffs, and this guy still dropped 40 in the finals. This guy gets it done as well. He's not even here, but the guys who are holding the fort down more than enough, and it has just been so mightily impressive to see. And the craziest part was I was waiting for Anthony Edwards to fall right on that 27-point mark before he hit that three-pointer, and that would have been the 15th game in a row that we didn't have a player scoring 30 on us and counting, which we had the longest active streak in the NBA, but nonetheless, 2 of the last 47. You're seeing SGA every night, night in, night out. He's getting buckets, making it happen on the offensive end, and then the team defensively shuts down as a unit, shuts down and neutralizes star players. This team has been on a dominant run. It was embodied in tonight's game, no better than ever before. You see how they clamped down on Julius Randle. You see how they really did have a little bit of a tougher time guarding Anthony Edwards, and he still was just able to crack that threshold that has been set. And in a league where, once again, we probably have 7-8 guys right now averaging 30 points a game, to night in, night out be able to prevent every single player on the court from doing that, while also having a guy like SGA who's getting you 32 a night against that is just the absolute epitome of consistency on both sides of the basketball. And if they keep it up, they're going to be right where they were last year, hoisting up that Larry O'Brien and putting another championship banner in the rafters. This has been Gabriel Ebersole with a super happy breakdown against a good win against a good Minnesota Timberwolves team. Props to Anthony Edwards, played a good game tonight, just couldn't get it done, and we move to 18-1. This has been Gabriel Ebersole with Thunder Digest. Make sure you're subbed up so you can catch us in the next one, and I will see you in that one, guys. Peace.